everyone, I am Zayan. Today I will be explaining you about the armistice and the final battle. The final battle was fought in the Marne. But first, let's think about it. Why didn't they fight perhaps longer? They fought for 4 entire years and millions of men died. But then why couldn't they fight one more war? Why did this one war had to be the last? Could have been more, it could have been less. Why did Germany even fight in the first place? Many questions arise. I will tell you the answers later, as no country wants to lose a war. That is very a big of a shame for a country and a government. First, I'll tell you about the city of the Marne. The city of the Marne. I have already talked about this city in the first video of how World War I started. It was the area where the first battlefield war happened in World War I, hence its significance. But the thing which is most significant about this is the fact that it was home to the last war. So, what happened in the first Battle of the Marne? In 1914, in the starting of World War I, the Germans had come up with a plan called the Schlieffen Plan. They go through Belgium in the north of France, which have very less fortifications, but the Belgians slowed them down completely, and by the time they reached France, they were already separated into two armies. Now, in the third video I said about World War One, I said how two armies are quite annoying to the Germans for some reason or the other. Now look, you just saw the British and the French forces went and hit them from the sides and the front and the back. That's what happened in real. There are two armies of the Germans. So the British and French came in the middle, started hitting them from the sides, front and back, and ultimately won the war due to a system called flanking. The Second Battle of the Marne. In the Second Battle of the Marne, which was the last attempt by the Germans to win, but it failed, which ultimately ended in the British and French army relentlessly marching through Berlin, and 100 days later, armistice was signed on November the 11th month on the 11th day on 11 o'clock. What went wrong though? Now, the Germans went so amazingly fast, the communications could not work. I'm not sure there's a good thing or bad thing, but being fast is essential in a battle. But then, the French, the British, and the American forces hit the German army from the straight western side, and the tanks went from the south and started hitting them from there. Tanks are already strong, but when they're surrounded by two sides, it's impossible to win, which led to the unrelentless march, which led to 100 days later armistice on November the 11th month on the 11th day at 11 o'clock. It was signed. But what is armistice? That is the question in your mind right now, because armistice has the definition meaning a truce. Now, the definition of the armistice is a truce. As I said, peace it means, in short. So the Germans and the British and the French and American forces signed a paper which ended a war which ended millions of lives. Yes, just that to stop a 4-year war in the Palace of Versailles in France. That was the ending of World War I. But what happened after armistice was signed? People in Britain, France, America, and Russia, not Russia because actually they left the war earlier, were absolutely celebrating. Women and children were out waiting for their fathers and husbands to come on in. They're singing, they're dancing, and just outside their homes, really happy. But sadly, the last man to die was Henry Gunther. He was running at German machine gun fire after he got demoted for acting out his emotions. Bye. Thanks for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, stay curious. Bye.